In California, it's only plasterboard, so don't worry, he didn't hurt himself. This was the night after the Beatle party that the Beatles had thrown for us, and we were all, you know, feeling no pain, shall we say. And it was a very colorful night, you know, and nobody slept. And that next morning, I ended up somehow walking through Kensington Gardens, a big park where Princess Margaret lives. And actually, to go back, the night before, Princess Margaret had sent a formal note to the hotel and to the producers and to us, saying that she couldn't sleep and could we keep the kids quiet, because these kids were out in front of the hotel all day and all night long chanting, "We love the Monkees." So we got this formal royal note from it was Princess Margaret, I guess, who lived in Kensington Palace at the time, saying, "Would you please keep your fans quiet? One can't sleep at night. Can one?" Anyway, the Beatles throws this party in this famous club in London, and we all get hammered. And I end up in this park just walking around at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to sleep all night in my, you know, pure Indian Afghan leather beaded bell-bottom, you know, things, and tie-dyed silk from India. And this sweater that I'd picked up at an excavation site that somebody used to wrap around an old pipe, and it was crusted like cement. But I found this sweater, and it was like the earth, you know, the people, you know, the workers, and I was one with them. So I had this crusted sweater on over my silk tie-dyed $400, you know, caftan or whatever it was. And I ended up walking in this park just to get away and just to kind of space out. And I'm doing this, you know, oh, the colors, the trees. Oh, I'm one with trees, and I'm one with the sky. And kids have started going to school, and a couple of them saw me and came running over and recognized me immediately. It was only like 2 or 3, and I kind of, you know, oh, my children, come here. And we just started talking about the Monkees. They wanted to know about the Monkees, and I'm talking about the trees and life and children. And quickly it gets past the fan stuff, and they have no more questions to ask. So now we're just hanging out. Now we're like friends. These are 12, 14-year-old girls, I guess. And one of them becomes like my lieutenant. Now, when other kids come running over, she goes and meets him and stops him and says, "Now, take it easy. He's cool. Don't rush. You'll get an autograph. No problem." Now she's working for me. And so she's like cooling him. Well, this, to make a very long story short, this by 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning has become 200 or 300 kids now that are ditching school because they're on their way to school at this time. They're all in their little uniforms, and they've backed me up against this tree. Now my lieutenants are, they can't do anything else. It's like we're surrounded, and there's like 200 or 300 kids. They want me to sing, they want pictures, they want autographs, and I'm just backed up against this big oak tree. And I said, "Okay, tell you what, if you let me get over to that little bandstand, which is like couple 100 yards away in the park, this little bandstand with a fence around it, I'll sing some songs." "Oh yeah, okay, but you have to let me get over there." And so all my little lieutenants go out, don't touch him, come on. And the sea of kids like parts, you know, and I go, okay, and I close my, and so I kind of half walk, half run. I make it to the bandstand. They actually let me get to the bandstand safe and sound. I get up on there, and they're quite happy now to just surround it because they know I can't go anywhere. And I start singing songs, Monkee songs to them, and they start singing school songs to me. And it becomes this real moment. I mean, it was really very touching. And then the police show up, and say that these kids have to go to school, and the kids are going, no, piss off. We want to stay here. And I start crying, and I'm saying, no, but this is like a meeting of like the continents, and it's, you know, this great ethereal spiritual moment that we're singing. This is more important than school. I'm putting up a pretty good argument, you know. It's like music and singing and coming together, joining hands across the waters. And Bob Rafelson and Bert Schneider and Jack Nicholson also, who was on the road with us at the time researching for the movie that we were going to do, that he wrote. he comes out and he comes over and says, Mickey, you gotta like let these kids go to school. But I can't, Jack. I want to sing to them and they want to sing. And Jack starts crying, and now the policemen are crying, and Bob and Bert and everybody, and the kids are all crying. And so finally I said, okay, I'll go back to the hotel. Okay, I have to go back to you have to go to school. No. And so like idiots, these police and everybody decides the best thing to do is make a run for it. And we got trampled. I mean, it was like 400 stampede to the hotel, and kids running along and falling and crashing and grabbing. And then I got up into the top of the balcony of this hotel out of the window like Bloody Evita or something. You know, going, my children. Oh, Mickey, goodbye. Off to school. God.